Hello, everyone. This is, I guess, just a Minecraft Let's Play or a video. I don't know. Honestly, I just felt like playing Minecraft, and I don't know. It's late, not late, but it's evening. It's the middle of winter. I'm tired, and I felt like playing Minecraft, and I felt like recording it. So that's about it. Haven't played Minecraft in a very long time. So I guess I'll call the seed return. And with that, I'll create a new world. You know, I don't know if this will be a long series, or if I'll even make a lot of episodes of it, but, you know, Minecraft Let's Plays aren't exactly a new medium. I think a lot of people already know by now what the thing is. Like, no one's new to Minecraft these days. No one's at least gone without hearing the name. At least once. So yeah, I'm just playing on regular old Java edition, and just on my laptop. So if you hear, it's a bit of a piece of shit. So if you hear a lot of, you know, then that's the fans going. Because as we all know, Minecraft on a bad laptop is about as quiet as a Boeing airplane. So yeah, we've got a good little start here. We got there's like a lake or something down that way. There's some rivers. And we've got a little village that we can raid for natural resources. I haven't played, or, you know, I said this before, I haven't played Minecraft in a long while. But I also haven't, I'm just going to turn on the music a bit because it's a bit loud for me. But I haven't been up to date with Minecraft for a fair amount of time. Obviously, I'm not like a spring chicken, you know, I'm not brand new. I'm familiar with the game's functions, but I'd be lying if I said I was aware of everything that's been added to the game these days. I heard that they added like Slenderman or some shit. They added, what's his name? The creaking, I think is what it's called, and that's what the name of it is. It's like this big gray thing. So yeah, I don't know what my goal is. I guess it's to kill the Ender Dragon. I remember I wanted to actually create, for those of you who actually watch me, so all three of you, you might remember, I uploaded a video that was about a couple of months ago, maybe longer. But the idea of it was that I was going to try and do a video or a let's play, a playthrough, where I was hunting and killing the Ender Dragon. You know, doing a full Minecraft playthrough, because I've never done that on my own. I've done it with friends, you know, and I think every kid has killed the Ender Dragon in creative mode. I think that's the first thing you do is you go to the end and you kill the Ender Dragon, because you know you're invincible and you're bad at the game. But I don't know. I guess I'm just playing this to play it because I felt like it. It's a relaxing game, and my laptop isn't that great, so it can't play a lot of games. I think I'm gonna put my house up there on that little mountain next to the village. I always like to do those. I know it's and also I know that there's a pink sheep. I was gonna say I know there's a popular strategy now with people where, you know, if they're veteran players, they'll kill the iron golems that live in those villages, because they obviously you get a fair amount of loot from that. You don't get a whole lot of loot. You get early iron, and I don't know. I was never a fan of that. I never really enjoyed killing them for iron. I always felt bad. Call me a pussy if you want, but I always thought I don't know, it makes me feel bad killing them. Because they're there to protect the village, you know? And I remember when I was a kid, I would always build iron golems in my worlds. Even on creative, because I didn't like mob spawning, but I liked dim lighting. So, yeah, that was something I would do. Although I always preferred the snow golems. I didn't know back then that you could shave their heads and get their little faces exposed. I'm not really building anything here. I want to put down wood for a little house, but I don't even have tools. I should probably focus on that first. Um, yeah. One thing I don't like about the mountain biomes, I like the raised points, but I'm not the biggest fan of the color of the grass. You can kind of see the difference between it and the plains biome. But I like being on an incline. I like surveying things, as I guess is the way to say it. But yeah, I like to build the house first. I know a lot of people might complain about that, but I always felt like building your house came first before exploration. I guess I'm not really doing this to impress anyone, so I can just make do with a little simple house here. Just a little sort of rectangular thing. Kind of partly in the ground, but who cares? You know, it's Minecraft. If you want to watch advanced builds, go watch Brian, I think is his name. Is it Brian? It's something like that. He's the British guy who makes good stuff. I don't make good stuff, so it's pretty simple. Ooh, there's a ravine here. I know that ravines aren't as good as they used to be. I remember they changed up how world generation works. So now iron does not spawn at the same levels that it used to. So ravines just kind of show you copper. And I don't like copper. I think copper's probably one of the worst. I mean, it's kind of hyperbolic to say it's the worst addition to Minecraft, and there are certainly worse things that have been added to the game and more controversial things added to the game. But I think that copper is definitely a poor choice. It's not I don't know, it doesn't really do enough to warrant it being in the game, I think. You know, people might argue, you know, you don't need a whole lot of things with Minecraft. You know, like there's not a lot of requirements or something to be in the game since it's like a sandbox game. But I always felt that part of Minecraft, part of what made it so cool, was that it was like an adventure game too. Like there was a progression to it. You know, you go get wood, you mine stuff. There were elements of Minecraft's original goal. I believe Minecraft was originally supposed to be an RPG back when Notch was developing it, and there was a good part of it that you like. There's a lot of holdovers from Minecraft's early development that you can kind of like feel in the game now, where it's like all the tools kind of work like in tiers. There was enchanting, there was experience, different mobs. He had a plan. He had plans for more bosses and stuff. You know, there was going to be like, you know, I feel like the game originally was going to be focused more on adventure than survival and the building aspect. You know, obviously that was a part of it, but it was never supposed to be center stage, I feel. Maybe I'm wrong, you know, but I always liked, you know, it felt like there was more inherent progression that was in the original Minecraft. Like everything kind of tied into each other. Like I'm rambling a little, but it was a lot of like you get obsidian and so you get stone tools that lets you mine iron, that lets you you know, build more stuff, and then the iron lets you get diamonds, and then the diamonds let you get obsidian, which opens up a new thing. You know, it gets you into the later game parts, so it's like enchanting and making the nether portal. You know, obviously everyone knows these mechanics by now, but there was progression to it. and it had layers, and everything kind of tied together in one big circle. Like cobblestone, you can do a bunch of stuff with cobblestone. Lapis, you can do a lot of stuff with lapis. Um, or at least now you can. I remember back in the day it wasn't as much, but they made it so that it's more important for trading, I think, and you can use it for enchanting. Obviously, that's the big change. And then there was also dye, and you could make blocks out of it. But I guess lapis wasn't the best choice. But you know, it was all like a big Venn diagram, a big circle. Things all had their purpose, and I think an issue with, and they all tied into each other to some degree. And I think that an issue with current Minecraft is that a lot of the updates don't feel very, connected. They don't feel very. They feel one and done, very secular. They add two or three blocks and a mob that gives you a specific thing that does a specific thing, and it doesn't. You can't use it for anything else. So like the deep dark. The deep dark is cool. It's a fun little exploration thing, but it doesn't really tie into anything else. You get like the respawn anchor, I guess, the echo shards, or however they're called. I'm not too familiar, but I know that it's something. It's like the echo compass, I think is what it's called, and it like lets you track where you die. But coordinates exist because you can just press. Holy fuck! You can press the coordinates button, and it'll just tell you. It's like, okay, that's where I died. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like copper. It's not really useful. Just kind of is there. It seems to not want to leave me, so I guess I have no choice but to carry it with me. So yeah. Funnily enough, while I'm talking about Minecraft again, I was talking about my abandoned playthrough earlier. Yeah, that video it just kind of went nowhere, just because I don't know. An issue with Minecraft that I have is that I always kind of just get bored and I abandon the worlds pretty quickly. Usually I need something to kind of keep me going. To some extent, it helps to set goals, I guess, in the short term when you're pursuing things. Um, that's really it. It's not like Minecraft's not really a complex game. Uh, people make it complex, but when you're playing alone, if you're not really like into all the intricate stuff, and you don't really have like, I don't know, I like goals in video games more than I like open-ended stuff. Like obviously I like open-ended parts to a game. Like I don't want pure just like okay, you can only do one thing. But I tend to appreciate RPGs and stuff like that more, where it's like there's linear choices, but they are generally open-ended, I think is the idea. Like for example, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is very open-ended, but it's a like direct, like there's paths, that you can take. It's just there's a lot of paths that you can take, but it's still laid out, and there's you know, your choices still define it, and it's still player, driven, but it's also like the world around you is orienting you towards something. I don't know. I like structure in games. I think it's fun. And obviously, I'm not saying that open world games are bad or that they're, not as good as those, but it's just my personal opinion that I think that, like, I just like those sorts of games more. Maybe I will play an RPG or two. I have a couple of games on my in my sitting around in my Steam library that are just rotting, and I've never played them. And I don't really know much about them, but people are constantly talking about it. So who knows? Maybe if I decide that I want to upload more content to this channel, I will. Um, and I'll play those games. But besides that, there's not really much to say about Minecraft. Like again, like I was saying before, and I'll probably repeat myself a lot throughout this playthrough, but the idea of Minecraft is not new, and there's not really much mileage I think that you can get out of Minecraft Let's Plays, especially when it's solo, and even with friends, because again, it's such an overdone and oversaturated little medium. There's so many faces and you know individuals in the community that have done things, you know. People like have goals or whatever, and they yeah, well, I think Ant Venom was like the first big guy. Maybe he wasn't the first big guy, but he was definitely one of the big names. He's the one that comes to mind the most before he started doing Soylent ads. God, that shit is so funny to me. I don't hate Ant Venom, but holy fuck. The Soylent ads are so funny. Like, yeah. I It always cracks me up thinking about that video of him fucking opening the Minecraft chest and pulling out a Soylent. Uh, it's like the worst time for him to have possibly done it too. Like if he did that in like if Soylent was around like 2011 or some shit back when Minecraft was still a thing, like or, you know when YouTube was different, when the internet was different, I guarantee you it wouldn't have been a problem. But because we're in the era of like fucking soy jacks and shit like that, all the terrible, ironic like you know, like he was literally just the perfect caricature. It was so sad. Like again, I feel so bad for him, but at the same time, that was just so fucking funny. I think he's actually like depressed from it too. That makes me sad because I like Ant Venom. I like a lot of the Minecraft YouTubers, except for the ones that turned out to be pieces of shit, I guess. I don't really keep up with YouTube drama. I try not to. Um, like as I get older, it's like I say that like I'm 40. It's like I'm 19. It's just, but as time has gone on, I've just started to care less and less about all these different internet celebrities, except for the ones that I like. And usually when I like them, it's like I feel like there definitely has been a shift in how internet and social media works. Back in the day, you know, the far off distant land of 2010, 2011, 2013, 20, you know, that little era of like classic YouTube, not even classic YouTube, but like pre-modern era, I guess, would be the way to describe it, is you know, people were subscribing for like kind of new forms of content, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of going off on like I'm thinking to myself, and it's like that doesn't really make sense. It's kind of a stupid point, but I think that it's less about content. Like back in the day, if you watched Minecraft content, you watched just like anyone, kind of like that. Part of it was because a lot of us were kids, right? Like I was a child. I watched all those Minecraft YouTubers. It's like I just watched them because they were the guys who were popular and made Minecraft videos. I didn't really care who it was. I just I just sort of picked one and then I just watched them. But I know that now it seems to be a lot less about content, like what kind of stuff you produce, and more your personality. Like I think that one of the failings of or one of the things that really like caused the death knoll or death, you know, one of the things that hurt classic YouTubers going into the modern age is that the new generation is more focused on reaction and sort of feeling like they're connected to a personality than they are focused on content. Like part of it again is I mean I just said that, but part of it is when you're watching like a YouTuber, part of it was back in the day they were playing like they were playing games that like people hadn't played or only so many people could play. Like I remember when I was a kid, I didn't have any money and I wanted to play all these video games. I would just watch a guy play them and it would be like I was playing them with a friend. It's like that was I think an experience for a lot of people. Maybe I was just a lonely kid, but I don't know. It feels like that was kind of a universal experience for a lot of people. Or at least maybe not like consciously. Like I definitely wasn't thinking, oh, they're a replacement for friends or anything like that or social interaction, because it's not. But I think there's like a subconscious thing when you're young. You kind of want to like emulate people who are older and more successful than you. I think you look for kind of not even role models, but just like people who can impart new thing, like teach you things or things that you look for information and you look for stuff that you've never seen before. Like you're just, when you're young, you're curious about the world, and I think that YouTube was a part of that. Just like if I like video games and I'm curious about video games, I'll watch the YouTuber who plays the video games that I like, stuff like that. I'm talking about this and it sounds like I'm trying to be profound or something, but it's really not. I'm just kind of rambling because it's like I've said, when you're playing Minecraft, there's not really a whole lot you can talk about. Like, oh, I'm mining iron. Wow, guys, you've never seen this before, So it's almost like this is just like a one-man kind of podcast or something. I don't know. Maybe this will hit home with the 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 cozy content people or whatever the fuck it's called. That sort of batch of YouTube. I think it is and I'm making fun of it, but I do enjoy sort of just chill, relaxed, laid back content where it's just like, oh, you can just throw it on when you're doing something and you can enjoy it. Struggled a bit too much with that torch there. There's a lot of thunder, and that I've noticed. I don't really like. I'm surprised. I thought that back in the day. I keep saying back in the day, but it's like I thought classic Minecraft made it so it couldn't. I've never seen thunderstorms or rainstorms like just on world generation or like right away. Usually it always took a couple of days in game, I thought, for weather conditions like that to occur. And I thought that was intentional because I know that when it's raining or when it's storming, obviously monsters and mobs can spawn in the overworld, which makes it, in the daytime. So it kind of like makes it a bit tougher for players if you because hypothetically, from a game design perspective, if you play, it's like, okay, you kind of intuitively, Minecraft is kind of intuitive in the sense where it's like, okay, you start out, okay, there are monsters underground that spawn in the dark, and they show up at night, and then when you survive the night, even if you die or whatever, because you respawn, it's like, if the enemies are all disappearing, enemies will disappear during the day, and they appear in the darkness that's also brought about by night. So that is the reason for shelter, and so on and so forth. But if it's raining right away, then a person who is brand new to the game, they're like, oh, okay, I guess mobs can just spawn whenever, and obviously that'll get rectified. But I think first impressions are important. But I also feel like part of that idea of new people is again kind of an issue that affected a lot of Minecraft's identity now. Like I know that there's like part of the issue I think people have is that there's a lot of Minecraft stuff that's like added now. Like didn't they? I remember they had controversy because they were trying to get rid of like all guns and stuff, or like trying to keep the game family friendly. And obviously you don't want Minecraft to be like vulgar because it is a rated E for everyone game. But I do remember it's just bizarre that they would do that because like I think it infringes upon again the identity of Minecraft. It's like if you kill monster, you're killing animals and taking their meat and stuff like that. But it's like now Minecraft is trying so hard to appeal to like as wide an audience as possible that they're scared to take any sort of risk or be even slightly kind of like unrealistic. Like I remember there was the parrots. You used to be able to give them cookies, and now you can't because cookies kill parrots in real life. And I guess that's a specific thing. But it's like a lot of animals that are added now don't give you drops. You can't cook their meat. Can't there's no reward for killing these things when it comes to animals. It's always just breed and tame them, and they just kind of exist around you. And I think, like, I remember there was, I forget where I saw it. It was probably just a YouTube comment, but I've seen it, like a sentiment that's been shared a couple of times, where it's, if modern Minecraft, like, if they added, like, pigs to modern Minecraft, like, today, they wouldn't let you, like, get, like, pork chop or whatever. You'd have to get food through plants purely, because nobody would want to, let you, they don't want to have animals being killed. Because they want to keep it as family friendly as possible. So, I think that's an interesting thing. Just looking at like how Minecraft's development was oriented back in the day versus how it's oriented now, I think is kind of fascinating. Because Minecraft obviously isn't, you know, like Minecraft is still Minecraft. There hasn't been like huge changes to it, but I think it's more the goal that they had, or like the the way things were being made. Like Minecraft was more fantastical back in the day, and it was leaning more towards like oh, like otherworldly dimensions and fighting all these creatures and exploring and conquering dungeons and stuff. Like I said earlier, where you can tell it was like a holdover from like it was originally going to be some kind of procedurally generated RPG that Notch was making, and then it just sort of made its way into like an open world thing. But god damn, that thunder go crazy. I gotta keep on lowering it because it's a little unreal. But yeah, what was I saying? With now Minecraft seems it's like it wants to be almost educational, I think and that's kind of a weird like position to take with this sort of a game. It's like there's literally Education Edition, but there's also just like I don't know. I think it's a bizarre thing to try and do. I think it's not really a good. I don't think it's a good idea. Minecraft is a thing that can be adapted to learning environments. Like you can use it to teach kids, because I remember in school we did use Minecraft as examples of things. I learned times tables from Minecraft. Like I know my fours times tables. I didn't learn it from school. I learned it from playing Minecraft because of stacks. I know it up to 64 and then 128 and 256, all that stuff. So, because I'm a genius, but it is definitely. So I think video games are capable of being used as an educational medium, but I also think that when you have that opportunity, it should remain like secondary. It shouldn't be something that deeply affects the identity of your game as a whole when it comes to development. And obviously, who do I care? Because like, what do they care what I think? Because it's like Minecraft makes like $1 billion a year, and has a movie with Jack Black coming out soon, which I'm sure will do great at the box office because it looks amazing. It's gonna be sad when that movie fails, because if it fails, maybe it will do well, because it is Minecraft after all. It's like Moana. It's like no one, no, you don't really see any marketing these days. If you're an adult, you don't really see any marketing for games or shows that are oriented towards kids, but they still do well because obviously a family is like, no family is thinking about the educational thing of Minecraft. They're like, oh, my 7-year-old plays Minecraft and there's a movie coming out and it looks family friendly. Let's go watch the movie. So I think that'll probably be a big contributor in it. But who knows? Stranger things have happened when it comes to big budget productions failing. I remember what was it that came out recently that failed? It was Wish, I think, was the name of the movie. It was a big Disney movie, and I think there was a controversy around it about it being AI. I remember that was a big conspiracy theory people had, is that it was Disney's foray into using generative AI to try and produce a Disney movie, because all the songs were off, the story kind of makes no sense, and yeah, the pacing was weird. I don't know. I didn't. Again, I don't really keep up with it. It's like I don't really give a shit about Disney movies past a certain point. But at the same time, I think it is kind of it's fun to like just look at controversy, even if when you're not really like invested in the thing, you're interested in what like surrounds it. It's like with there are a lot of movies that I don't really care about, but I've watched video essays on them just because I found someone's just like perspective on it to be more interesting than the actual subject matter itself. And then there are obviously instances where you'll see something and it's like, oh, okay, like someone's there are a lot of movies I've watched after seeing an analysis of it, and I'm like, oh, that seems like an like I like these, like this is being put to me in a very interesting way, I'll check it out. You know, I think that's something that happened. Again, it kind of ties back into my earlier thing where I was talking about where it's like kids uh, watching walkthroughs and stuff. It's like when you're a kid, you see new games played by like a YouTuber, and you're like, oh, I want to play that game. It looks fun. And it's like, well, you know, you see a movie, someone's talking about it, and they say interesting things about it. It's like, oh, that movie looks interesting. I'll watch it for myself and see what I think. Then there's also the issue of people who use that as an excuse to not engage with media. Like I think that you know there's a lot of people who will just not play a video game. They'll watch a walkthrough of it. And, you know, sometimes that's fine. You know, some people aren't video game players. Like they're just interested in the stuff about it. But like I have friends who aren't into gaming, but they'll happily watch walkthroughs of video games just because you know they like background noise or something. But as I was saying, yeah, there are a lot of people who will just like watch a walkthrough and then they'll be like, oh well, or analysis, and they'll be like, oh well, I know everything about it because I had someone else do it for me. And I think when I was younger, I used to kind of be like that when it came to like movies. Like I would watch a YouTube video and I would try to parrot their views because I thought those guys were smart and cool, so I would try to be smart and cool with them, right? I think that's like, again, I think it's kind of almost like a universal thing where it's like, okay, kind of everyone does this, or at least a lot of people do. When it comes, oh, fucking hell, I do not like these dripstone things. It's a cool addition, but you know, and you can do a lot of creative stuff with it, but at the same time, whew, it does not make exploring any easier. You know? Maybe that's a good thing, because obviously these sorts of things. Oh, skeleton and creeper. Come on. I think. Oh. My plan is, in case you guys can't already tell, is that whenever there's a skeleton and a creeper in the same sort of area, I'm always trying to get the creeper and skeleton to. If you get a skeleton to kill a creeper with an arrow, it will drop a music disc. So I like to collect music discs. I think that's one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft is like collecting things, because you know I'm all about Funko Pops and Soylent and Reddit. I think everybody, because I'm a fucking because I don't even know what the term is. I guess it's a soy guy, soy boy. Is that the term? I haven't heard someone call someone a soy boy in a long time. I think people just say soy jack now, or just redditor. I think is the term people use because that's an insult in and of itself. That's also another thing too, is seeing how Reddit and social media has changed. It's like people like I remember back in the day, communities were a lot different on online. I guess it's because the forum, the internet forum, has kind of died. Like obviously there are technically like video forums all over the place, but when it comes to a I don't know, when it comes to things like you never really see like a personalized like forum for things. Like fan sites. You don't really see fan sites. They're like everything used to be kind of like the Wild West, where it's like there were a lot of different places online that you could check out and watch and find content on. Like for example, you know, if you wanted to find like Sonic stuff, I remember when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Sonic. There were like 100 different Sonic fan sites that you could go to. I forget what one of them was. It was something Mobius. That was where you could find like a lot of like Flash games. I remember playing a lot of Flash games on those Sonic websites. One of them was like Sonic OC Creator. There was there was one comic I remember seeing a very long time ago, because I was a little child. It was the 2000s, and I was obsessed with Spider-Man. I was obsessed with Sonic. So I searched up Spider-Man Sonic, and I found there was like a fan comic some guy had made, and it was like he did his own pixel art, and it was like Sonic becomes Spider-Man. They used the GBA Sonic Advance stuff because that's what everyone used, because it was like you could put it in Flash and animate it really easily, or like make art with it really easily. But yeah, I remember Sonic was Spider-Man. I think Venom was Shadow. I can't remember what else. Amy was obviously Mary Jane. It wasn't drawn either. It was like done in like paint with like these poses and like sprite recolors. But like that's the sort of thing where it's you post something like that now, people would be like, okay, this guy's autistic. But it's like back in the day there was a little bit more earnesty. And again, I had trouble finding it because it's probably gone now. That's a thing that makes me sad. Is that a lot like because everything has migrated to one point and area. All the competitors, like everything's on YouTube now, everything's on Twitter, everything's on Instagram, everything's on Tumblr or Reddit. It's like it's all consolidated, so all the competitors die out very quickly. Like once everything started to like kind of become one big conglomerate, there wasn't really a whole lot of room for freedom of expression or just individuality when it came to that sort of medium. Obviously, technically, there's nothing stopping someone from just making their own website, but it's like back in the day, that was like the norm. It's like, why would you make like, and now it's like, why would you make a site for yourself when you can just go on an existing site and just make posts on that account? It's like, and there's good and bad that comes with that, but I think that there is a bit of a tragedy in the loss of like the original, fan forum type of medium. But at the same time, the internet is a lot different now, so I think that fan forums, if they existed in the way they did back then, wouldn't be the same as they did now. Where it's like now on Twitter, it's like, I post about, hey, I'm interested in like these characters or blah blah blah. It's like I go on, uh, like you post an opinion or a hot take on those forums. Like worst you'll get is like you'll get into an argument. It's like people now are just like because those guys are because you're two autists battling it out over an interest you have. But it's now it's like people are just racist. That like just really like I think the internet has gotten kind of meaner in a way where it's like people are always trying to be snarky, and trying to be smart, and like everyone's trying to get like the cool like Twitter screenshot Reddit one-liner where it's like I own this guy. Again, I think that kind of ties into stuff like this, the Wojaks, where it's like the Wojak originally was like a meme that was just like, hey, that it's like just to show an expression. It's like, oh man, that feel when, TFW. But with now people like made soy jacks where it's like it's a caricature of people, and now people just use it to like shit on each other. It's like I think that there's something like that where it's like the internet, like that's part of like the I almost want to say like a digital snark economy where people are just like always trying to be snarky and edgy and like always try to get one up on the other person so that they can look better. And I say that and I kind of sound like one of those guys who's like, the internet's it's all fake. It's like what's that like that cartoon where it's like rubber hose animation. It's like it's like the least subtle criticism of society. It's like, see, she's ugly on the phone, she's ugly in real life, but on the phone with the filters, she's pretty, and it's like social media is not real, man. It's like they show it to you in like high school, and they're like, this is like deep. I remember seeing a tweet about that where it was like, I remember some kid called this video gay, and my teacher got so angry he had to leave the room. That's that's an example of good internet content. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of towing a fine line with criticism and stuff. Man, what even else can I say? Well, I'm mining gold. In these mines, I'm mining, I'm crafting. Maybe that's why they called this game that, is because you mine and you craft. That'd be kind of cool if there was a game called Mining and Crafting and you mine and you craft. See, this is the issue where it's like I stop talking about something that's not really into Minecraft, and they start talking about like my commentary immediately, like I lose my train of thought, and I immediately become 100 times more boring to listen to. I think is kind of the issue. Yeah, you always gotta. Oh my god, I'm fucking struggling so hard with this redstone, man. Holy moly. I'm, I'm hoping to get diamonds, but oh, I think is this a geode? No, never mind. I'm stupid. I wasn't paying attention. For me, it looked like it was purple. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm at the level where no, man, I'm definitely not. But I know they changed how. I gotta be careful here, because if I die, if I get hit by like a skeleton, game over. All my progress, all my content was for nothing. I'm sure Bennett Foddy would get a real kick out of that. I wonder how many people actually kept up with Bennett Foddy. So, what I'm referencing is Getting Over It. That was a game I beat a while ago. Or, oh, not a while ago, like a couple of years ago. When, because it was a big deal when it came out. It's like a big rage game. Oh, hey, I was speaking about diamonds, and I was thinking about diamonds, and I found them, so now I dig around them. Anyways, as I was saying, Bennett Foddy, that game was popular because it was a rage game, but I think that because of like the hubbub around it, like, oh, it's a rage game, so on and so forth, people kind of missed out on like what he was saying with that game, and that was interesting. It was a game dedicated to like B games. And, I don't know. I thought it was a cool idea. He makes an interesting point with it where he says like there's a lot of content that's made now, and it's like doesn't really have a whole lot of value to people because it's disposable. There's a lot of people recording a lot of walkthroughs and let's plays and recordings and all sorts of stuff like that that never really like, they're not really special in any way, but people produce them anyways, and it's all polished, and you need challenge or something. I think was like the big I don't know. I haven't played the game in a long time, so the message is mostly lost on me. But I remember just playing the game, and after I was done seething at the mechanics, because I've beaten the game like a couple of times. Not enough for the golden pot that you get at 50 plays, but I've definitely played it enough to the point where like I'm kind of like I remember some of the speeches and stuff like that, and I just remember thinking to myself like, oh, this guy's it's kind of an interesting thing to say. Like it's almost like an essay or like a poem. I think it's a very fascinating piece of work. And I like a lot of Bennett Foddy's games. He's a good game designer. When you get older and when you progress and you start to learn more things, like you go into education and all that, I think you start to kind of, at least for me, I've started to appreciate art a bit more, and like, the level of effort that it takes to make art and to go into it. Um, you know, Obviously not all art is created equal, but it's there's definitely like hard what is it they say in Ratatouille where it's like the the average like the job of the critic is not hard. There's like it's easy to critique something, but it's not easy to make stuff. I think it's just like the general gist of what I'm trying to put down here. I'm collecting a lot of iron, but I'm looking for diamonds. Although I guess diamonds aren't really something that I should be looking for because it's so, like I'm still very like I haven't even finished the house. I just went straight out. I gotta be careful too because I don't want to fall into the lava and miss it and like lose everything. So I gotta get out of here. I think I got a pretty good haul. I got a couple of diamonds, some lapis, plenty of iron, plenty of coal, plenty of little chuddy brimstone. Where am I now? I'm in windswept gravelly hills. I know that, I think at higher elevations, emerald spawns. I remember that emerald used to be like the rarest ore. No one could find it ever. And now it's like just kind of dime a dozen. Although I guess that's partly because of trading. Like I don't remember people ever mining emerald and being like, oh man, these emeralds sure are like, you know, I don't even know what I was gonna say there, but it's like another leg of the cave. Okay, I guess we'll delve into this part since this is a new area. It still goes down, but down into a different way. So I guess that's part of I'm just saying shit, man. Holy moly. Maybe I'll just be quiet and just do a jump cut. But if I'm quiet for too long, I think I'm gonna start to fall asleep because it's kind of like Minecraft is relaxing, but it's also kind of boring at times. You know what I mean? Where it's like Minecraft is just not a universally like it's not as engaging as like I don't know playing like an FPS or even an RPG or whatever because you know people can say oh Minecraft's only boring if you're boring. I've heard that said before, but I don't think that's necessarily true. Minecraft kind of gets boring because partly because at least for me partly because you know I've been playing it since I was very young, so you know a lot of it is just like oh okay go mine the diamonds, go collect the things, blah blah blah. But the thing is too, I find that when I'm playing these sorts of things, when people are like oh do mods, it's like I do the mods too, and it's just like man I don't really like the mods either. But it's not that I don't like Minecraft. I just I guess the most fun I've ever had with Minecraft is with friends, but it's not easy to coordinate stuff and just do those hangouts because not everyone's you know willing to play those games, you know. Minecraft, I think, is one of those games where you have to be in the mood for it. It's not something where it's like, oh, okay, you know, let's go play Counter-Strike with the bros. You know, it's like it's not really like just like a party game where you can just throw it on, play a couple of matches. It's like Minecraft's kind of something where it's like if you're starting it and you want to go somewhere, you have to like kind of put in time. Like mining takes time, collecting ores and building things. It all takes time. And that's why Minecraft playthroughs, I think, with friends are so rewarding and fun sometimes. Is because you get to like, holy moly, that's kind of surprising. I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of scared me, if I'm being honest. It didn't scare me, but I wasn't expecting to just find a little ghoul right there. See you, buddy. Bye-bye. I'm just locking him in there. It's my little evil act on those creepers. It's not the worst thing that's ever been done to a creeper, though. What was the name of that animation? You tried to blow up my house. Now, I'm gonna blow up your prostate. I laugh at that now, but like when I was a kid and I saw that, that made me really sad. It made me upset. I felt so bad for the creeper. I really hate it. It's kind of it's a very violent cartoon. Even for the time, it was a bit outrageous. But ooh, this is a mine shaft. Where this is a bit. Is this a mine shaft? No, it's just a little cove, little part of the cave that like curves. It's leading me. Where does this lead me? I'm yawning like a madman. I'm the wretched sleeper, born of accursed starlight. It's a Darkest Dungeon reference for those of you who are into it. I should do a Darkest Dungeon playthrough. It's funny, I say all these things where it's like, oh, I should do this, I should play that. It's like, man, I can't even commit to Minecraft. Content creation is hard sometimes, but it's like, it's not even hard. It's just like, you wake up some days, it's like, I just don't feel like making video. And you just never do, and you just forget about it. It's like, you think like, oh, I want to make stuff. And it's just like, but it's hard to commit to making stuff. It's easier to think about doing something than it is to do it. And I think that's, duh, what's next? The fucking sky is blue, but like, you know, it's not easy. Like committing to things and doing that sort of stuff. Like I said, like I have respect for as I've gotten older, I've come to have more respect for art and the people who make art. Of course, you can argue that content creation isn't art, but I don't know. I think there's some kind of art that goes into it. There's some human element, at least for the most part. Unless you're like those guys who are like insane people recording like, Pomni, I drank the potion and I'm turning into Pomni or something. Those guys, I think, have intelligence akin to a sea urchin, or maybe some kind of deep sea oyster. But I think that there is like, oh, holy moly, ooh, holy moly, ooh, holy moly, ooh, holy moly, oh, that one wasn't easy. Alright, this leads up there, so if I just block that off, I think I'm good. Kind of want to go down there, but I don't have any wood for sticks anymore, so I guess this is where my little adventure ends. Watch as that little leg of the cave led to like 1 trillion diamonds, and I'll never find it again. That would have made like, it would have been like crazy Minecraft seed. It, like changes the world or something. I don't know. And I'll just never discover it. That also makes me wonder, like, how many Minecraft worlds do you think have been made where there's like some crazy once-in-a-lifetime occurrence that like no one will ever replicate, except on that seed, and it's like, and just no one ever discovered it because like it was on like some 11-year-old's hard drive, and it was like abandoned at his grandma's house or something. I remember I used to play games on work computers at school. And at my parents' jobs, like I would go on work computers and I would download Minecraft, and I'd play those, and I had a bunch of worlds on there. I even downloaded texture packs a couple of times, probably from seedy websites, but I didn't know that back then. I was just trying to get what's it called? Cool armor skins. Oh, alright, I'm kind of lost now if I'm being honest. I guess you should just dig straight up. That's kind of a universal thing. Whenever you're playing Minecraft and you don't know what to do, if you're lost in a cave, you can just dig up. You'll find your way. Don't lose your way. That's a Kill la Kill reference. It's funny that I reference Kill la Kill because I started to watch it back in the day, and I when I was younger, and I was not a fan of it. Like it's a good, like it's obviously it's competently made, but I don't think it has my interest. Ooh, Miller, I don't like that. Ooh, 100% of gamblers quit just before they strike it big. It's talking about not having wood for sticks. What do I find? Diamonds, and torches. I like powered rails, but I'm not gonna bother with that, cause come on, man, get the torches, man, shit. Nobody care about no torches. Come on. I'm not. That's a Chad Warden impression. Chad Warden, PS triple, slick black. Holy moly, I should have been paying some attention there. That gravel could have killed me. PS triple, Chad Warden. Shit, Halo? This shit's more like Galo. Gears of War? More like Tears of War, because that little bitch be crying all the time. I'm sure that the majority of people who are watching this are completely unaware of Chad Warden, but that guy was like a very famous troll back on classic YouTube. That shit was so funny. Hey, the real game has some 50 Cent playing in the background. Man, fuck. They really should bring back. They should bring back Chad Ward and have him be the spokesperson for the current era of PlayStation. That'd be badass. I'd buy 100 PlayStations. If that was the case. Chad Ward, PS triple. Got 3 things of diamond. So now I can, if I desire, I can create a cool little, what's it called? I can create a diamond pickaxe, but I'm not going to do that just then. I almost made a big mistake there, actually, where I almost made a diamond axe. I don't want to make a diamond axe. I don't mess with no diamond axes. Ooh. Where does this lead? Nowhere. Where does this lead? Oh. Nowhere. I can't stop let's go gambling. Ooh. Where does this lead? Oh, it's water. Alright, you know what? I'm outie. I'm out this bitch. Call me R8 the way I'm outie. Because, man, this place ain't got nothing for me. It's like Suicide Boys. This world was never meant for me. What is the lyric? He goes like, "Get the fuck away from me. This world was never meant for me." It's something about killing yourself. That's what a lot of their songs are. Not surprising given the fact that their name is Suicide Boys, but you know. Before anyone gets upset in the comments, a total of all 3 viewers. I do not hate Suicide Boys. I like Suicide Boys. I think a lot of their music is cool. You gotta be in the mood for it. It's not something that like... Well, they have a more versatile catalog, I think, than they used to. Back in the day, Suicide Boys used to be a lot of, like kind of the same stuff. Like, it was all, like, the same kind of vocals and beats. But then, as time's kind of gone on, they've gotten a little bit, like, more unique in their sound. Stuff from like Kill Yourself Part 3 I think is definitely not the same as what's it called? What's their latest album? Is it New World Depression? I think it's what it's called. Something World Depression. Oh, I think we're at the surface. Are we gonna reach daylight? Place your vote now. Vote now on your phones. Is it gonna be daylight when we reach the surface? Is it gonna be sun? You guys think there's gonna be sun in the sky? When we get to the surface of the Minecraft world? I don't know. That's why you gotta think about it. You gotta bet. It's a big question. There's a lot of what ifs in this world. A lot of changes. A lot of difficulties. Do you think it's gonna be sunny? You don't know. Oh. Holy kashmoli. Okay, here chickens. Yeah, okay, so my theory, because I don't want to open the thing and spoil my big surprise, but I think we're still in the gravel hills, and I think we're about to come up on a little plain right here. So actually, I'm going to dig straight up. I know people say you should never do that, but you know what? I'm a thug. I can do the thug shaker. Gravel? Oh, it's nighttime. Everyone who said that it's going to be daytime, guess what? Your family being executed right now as we speak. Knock, knock, knock on your door. Guess what that is? It's the Tibetan hit squad coming to kill you. Fucking hell, I hate the witches. Gotta go live some dust though. Ooh. A little poison. Ooh. This is how it feels to be fucking... I gotta get out of here. Oh, I gotta get out of here. Poison doesn't kill you. I know that. I remember that. Poison doesn't kill you. It just makes you get to like half a heart. That's no good. Holy kashmoli. Okay, well, I'm dead. Ah, whatever. Good thing. The moon is going down at least. So that's my first death. Everyone log in the death counter. Ooh. It's a big deal. Oh, he died. He's bad at video games. He's bad at video games. If I see one comment about that, guess what? You're in big trouble. We're gonna me and my gang, my facilities, my men. So I run a gangland empire. I'm gonna send all of them after you, the viewer. It was zombie siege. But yeah, I'm gonna send a whole bunch of trained killers to your doorstep. If you decide that you think I'm bad at Minecraft, you're wrong, buddy. You are dead wrong. Come here, little chuddy. Have some of those carrots. Advancement made. I don't like how they're called advancements now. I wish that they kept calling them achievements, because they are achievements. Although I guess the way achievements are different these days too. Blah blah blah. Okay, so I got all my stuff back for the most part. There's a little cow. I do have the intrusive thought to kill him, but I won't because I need him. So I think building the house is the goal. A little strategy I always do when I'm building my houses is that, oh, there's no trees. I guess I should have maybe thought about that before I left. Holy moly, I was struggling to find a tree there. Let's just get some saplings up. Make some bone meal. I don't want to get rid of... There we go. Some nice trees. Anyways, as I was saying, I think one thing I really like to do with my trees is that I like to mine and craft. I'm saying nothing. Okay, I was going to, or with my houses, one little strategy I like to do is that I always make the floors out of slabs because it saves on material. It's more efficient. And if you're not efficient in Minecraft in the year of our Lord, 2024, soon to be 2025 at the time of recording, is that if you're not efficient, people kill you. They'll find you and they'll kill you. They'll take you out, man. It's messed up. You'll get sniped by a powerful rifle. It's a big thing that happens in this world. This fucked up world. It's hardcore, dude. You don't mess with the Minecraft gang. People will ride or dies for this stuff. You know what I mean? There are a whole. I think Dream is actually running a cartel now. I think he retired from music and he started making cartels. It's kind of a badass visual. Imagine a Minecraft YouTuber just became a crime lord. Started killing people if they don't turn on notifications. Yeah. That man's name? Sky does Minecraft. Except instead of killing people, he just beats his wife. He's a maniac. He's an evil maniac. I think he beat his wife, right? That was something that happened. I hope I don't get sued by his estate. He's like Michael Jackson. In what way, I will not elaborate, but that's what came to mind is, it's Michael Jackson. Some eagle-eyed viewers might note that I have 2 crafting tables, one outside, one in the floor, and they might say, hey, what's the deal with that? It's not a very good idea. I'd say, hey, probably right. You're probably thinking I was gonna elaborate on that, didn't you? You probably thought I had some witty punchline. No, I agree. I'm not very good at Minecraft. Just kidding. Any of you who agreed with that? Any of you who went, any of you who, I know there was a big gasp right there, and any of you who agreed, who thought, yeah, like in your heart you thought, yeah, he's not good at Minecraft, guess what? Remember what I said about the Tibetan hit squads? They're coming now. And guess what? Now they're packing white phosphorus. They're gonna get you. They're coming for you. It's done for. You're donezo, buddy. So yeah, here we are just making these little houses. Just digging, digging. I think that there is a big push by a lot of people. People, when you're playing survival, people always try to focus on making nice looking houses, obviously. People hate the blocky look in Minecraft. But I don't know, I miss, like, there was beta. There was Minecraft beta, and that had a lot of geometry and style to it that I think was very unique. And it was all blocky. You know, there was depth, but it was still blocky, still unrealistic. And I think that people trying to push away from that is not always a good thing. I think that Minecraft has a lot of its charm in its blocky nature. You know, its simplicity. When you're building a Minecraft castle, it looks, I think it, you know, it's obviously looks cool if it's like a big, like, badass, you know, hell castle. But at the same time, you know, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of a blocky, just purely square house. Although, again, it's up to you and what you like to build in your world. Personally, you know, I like a good, pretty-looking house, but I also, I'm one to appreciate the fine art of a simple, you know, blocky house. Although you can't have the green top. You can't have a green top house made out of dirt, green top. No, you can't have it. Can't have it. Not acceptable. It's unacceptable. Anyone who says otherwise, well, I don't have to say it for a third time, but you know who's coming for you if you disagree. Something I really like to do in Minecraft is I like bricks. I like bricks as a building material. I think they look good. I think you can do a lot with them, but one of my issues with them is that they take so much to build. Like, you gotta collect all this clay. You gotta smelt it all. And of course, there's the terracotta. Ugh, I don't like terracotta. It's one of my big hot takes. I know everyone in the audience went, "Oh, you just like terracotta." But yeah, it is. Just don't rock with it. I think a lot of terracotta is ugly, and I think a lot of it just isn't good. I don't know what else to say. I just don't like how it looks. And I think that there are better building blocks. Of course, it does have its own little thing going on with the patterns, and you know, there's obviously some value in it because people do use it, people do like terracotta, but I wouldn't say that I'm one of those people. I definitely do not have a particularly strong preference for it at the very least. I think I'm gonna make one last thing here. So, and obviously, I think you've probably deduced by now the reason I'm getting this sand is because I'm interested in making some glass by smelting it. Ha 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 ha. I'll just put it all here. Ah, is the sun? Is it rise? It's setting. Oh, we're coming up just on nighttime. So I think a good thing to do right now is get some shears firstly, and then maybe make a bucket. I think that'll be something we'll do. You know what? I'm feeling rambunctious today. 2 buckets. I know, I'm a bit crazy. I'm a bit cracked, some might say. Iron door, that could be fun. I do like an iron door, but there's also nothing wrong with the classic wooden one either. And it's not like we're in hard mode, I don't think. At least, maybe. Probably. I hope. And, so it's not like a zombie's gonna break down the door. Although I do wish iron doors were more, useful. Kind of, Terraria has a cool thing going on with the Blood Moon, where every now and again the monsters will rise and they'll be all powerful. But, yeah, I don't know. I think that, that sort of thing goes against, I guess, what they're going for with Minecraft now. So we have that, and we'll go with a nice little wooden pressure plate. Voila, and then a button. Ta-da! We have a nice little house here. You know, some people might argue, oh, you can just open it normally, but it's not as cool. I like pressing a button instead of pressing buttons instead of just opening it on my own. I say after doing exactly that. So I think, you know what, I was gonna build a fancy little thing, but I like just a flat glass roof. I think the skylight, I think it looks good, at least relative to Minecraft, or at least my building standards. I like the classic look of Minecraft, you know? This sort of like flat pane thing, I think it looks cool. So after I get that, there's about one more, and then I have 9. And I'll do panes and I'll put those along here. In the meantime, I should probably take this remaining coal and make some torches. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. La. Da, da. And then just dot, dot, dot. Yeah, it's good enough. Maybe one more little batch of torches, because I'm feeling special. Feeling a little fancy. Set these torches down. Da 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 da. You guys like my singing voice? I know it's quite soothing, quite beautiful. Oh man, I should have grabbed should have grabbed the. I guess I can build a little thing right now. Glass is done. Alright, you know what? Important mission right now. We're running. Ooh, I'm out of food. Alright, it just became a lot harder. It just became epic hard mode right now. Anyways, we're running down here. And we're just gonna grab these little sheep. I'm gonna shear ya. Ooh, 3 wool right away. But you know what? We're gonna go for more. As a matter of fact, pink sheep, your namesake is done for, buddy. See ya. 5. Ooh. Alright, so we got 1 pink sheep shear, and we got 5 more. 5 more wool, just for us, just for ourselves. Because we're special like that. So we'll do that. That gives us a nice 6. And you know what? Let's make a pink bed. Because I like pink. You know what? People say it's a girly color. It's not good. I say phooey. I think it's a lovely color. Like pink, nice hot pink. Whew. It's cool. Goes hard, man. If you don't mess with pink, I don't mess with you. You know what I mean? And I think, you know what? Just spruce things up a little bit. Man. Man, shit. Man, you know what, man? I feel like it, man. You know what I mean? You know what I say, man? You know what I say to that, man? I get some bone meal. What? I get this tree. Get some more. Get some more oak. You know what, man? I grab some oak planks. Get this. These are sticks, alright? You see these sticks? I'm gonna do something crazy. Something never before seen. Never before heard of. In Minecraft, we're gonna put a painting down. Ooh. Ew. No. No. Nah. It keeps on giving me that one. So here's a little technique. If you guys are trying to get a specific type of painting, right? Here's what you do. Boom. Boom. And it will only give you stuff within that little layer. So if you do, for example, this, it'll only go up. If I go like this, it'll only give me the single ones. Although nobody really likes the single paintings, I think. And that's Donkey Kong. Ooh, that looks good. I think that one's the classic Minecraft painting right there. It's that right there. Nice little painting right here. And a second bed. Boom. Pink and white. I think this is a good spot to end off the episode. Going to sleep in our bed. So we did a lot, and we talked about a lot. At least I talked about a lot. And now I have a cow friend to greet the day. And we also have a creeper trying to mess up our life. See, this is why I can't have nice things. It's because of the creepers. But, yeah, so that was my episode of Minecraft. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Just kind of felt like making an episode. So I made an episode. So, yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. Patched up the creeper hole. And, yeah. If I make another one, then I've made another one. And if I don't, then see ya. Nothing really else to say. So, bye. Thanks for watching.